Hello, beautiful Pisces, and welcome back to your Tuesday reading. Now, I know compared to the Sunday reading, it's not as popular, but I feel that it's important to look at the energies for the week and how you've been utilizing it. Now, when we did Sunday's reading, we were looking at this and thinking, okay, well, you know, there's a great opportunity coming in. There's stuff coming in, and I'm, figuring it out. The Queen of Cups here, we're going to put it here. I'm figuring it out, but this thunderclap comes in, okay? Now, there's a few cards in this deck that are totally white. Like, it's usually a dark background. There's a devil card. And I find that they're the cards that have a lot of insight to give. And the one that I realized that was very much like that was the Tower card. And since just before I started to do this reading, I saw the Tower card at the bottom of the deck. I've been shuffling them, but I saw the Tower card at the bottom of the deck. So that's worth reminding you. The reason that this card is so clear, so white, compared to the other ones that have a dark background, is because that's exactly it. You have this great big moment of clarity, whether it is, in a sense of, I really don't want this, or it's, wow, I've been shown something incredible to see. You have to take these moments of clarity. Now, I love that the Queen of Cups in this one is the one that's showing all the light. So much so that it's almost, taking over the card in her clarity. The Queen of Cups is known as the insightful queen, right? The very intuitive queen. The one who receives a lot of things. So we're going to continue on with that. And I'm using the Wild Unknown as well. So let's see here. Let's grab from the Wild Unknown. These are going to be my November decks. I have others that I will be using. I have talked about this on Connect to the Deck. If you're interested, that's my other channel. And yeah, here we go. Let's take a card to be the companion to this one. Okay? I rarely do one card draws because I don't know, it just doesn't give enough. Now, there's cards that want to come out, but there's a lot of them. So let's see. Okay, the Hierophant. Right. So the general feeling that I have is the Hierophant in this deck, which is really amazing to me now that I'm looking at it. Look at what's behind this Hierophant. And look at what it's pointing to. Okay, it says so much intuitively from the reading. It's amazing. Okay, head to Tower. Eureka! The Eureka moment happens. What happens after that? That lightning strike, it's pointing to a key. The key of the Hierophant. The key of the Hierophant's major thing is gaining wisdom. Okay? I am a 5. I'm a Hierophant, which I have another channel, Life Path Number Tarot, if you're interested. Your Life Path Number, I do every week. Love it. But in this case, the 5, which is my number, is about acquiring wisdom. I do that with a lot of gusto in my life. I love getting a lot of information. I would call myself the constant apprentice, the one who wants to learn everything. And I feel that the moment that I stop learning is when I am no longer fit to just give the knowledge that I have, because it becomes something of, well, it doesn't keep up with change or the time, or as we know, change is a great part of living on in your journey, right? Everything changes. Lord, I just read something, it was so funny. It's like we went from 8-track to cassette to CDs to, et cetera, streaming. We just kept having to evolve. So change is constant here. Always, always. And if you don't allow it to at least affect you in some ways, in other words, to open you up to new ways of thinking, okay, you become stagnant. And then what you're trying to teach or impart on other generations or other people becomes a little bit imbalanced. So, all of this to say, just a little side on the side, you have been intuitively sent a message, okay? It reacted like a eureka moment. Whether or not you realize it was intuitively sent, that's okay. Sometimes we receive all kinds of messages. I have the answer. And you don't realize that there were bigger forces at hand sending you that answer, okay? So it sent you this tower. See that lightning coming in? It sent you a key, the key of wisdom that the Hierophant always aspires to get. The flexibility of learning and teaching. Now it's up to you to use it to your advantage, okay? So you have, Pisces, understood that this is what that was, okay? Whatever it is or whatever it means to you, however it resonates, this little nugget or this big loud boom of nugget that came in to open up your eyes and tell you, holy crap, I just received something, okay? Now, what's happening with that is that you are aware. This is what I feel. I feel that you are intuitively aware that that has happened, okay? After the message from Sunday, after whatever's happened, you are now aware, okay? Okay, so we follow it up with the Five of Cups. Interesting. In that reading, we had problems. And the reason I say problems is because usually if you get an answer to something, you go. You receive it and then you take off. But we had other people coming in. We had other things coming in to stop you. Okay? And if you don't recall, just go back to that Sunday, or you didn't watch that one, go to the Sunday reading. Watch it. It talks about all the blocks that are coming in. I'm not going to review them again. The three on the ground would show me that there were three different things. So it doesn't mean you're going to have all three. It could mean that you have one of the many that I mentioned. Okay? I do feel that you looked at these, but then you have the Ace of Wands that come in, and it's almost like at this point, you're realizing that you need to move forward. You need to keep being inspired and begin, okay? Begin doing whatever you need to. That's what I feel comes in with that. So that's good. It means that there's a follow through. You may have been stopped. You may have been looking at this, but you're going, I need to shine. I need to embrace that which is trying to help me, right? Not what's trying to hinder me. Remember the thing. There's one thing that I said. Don't bring solutions to people so they can create you some problems. I think that was one of the best things that came through on Sunday, okay? Sometimes you have a solution to something and you mention it to people, and then the people create problems for you. Now you have the Chariot that came in reverse, and yeah, that was what came in. The Chariot was the block. In that case, though, it had like kind of fallen down to the ground. I remember that now. It had just traveled, you know, along my leg. Like the card went flipping and it just traveled down my leg, which was funny for a Chariot card. It just, you know, it just felt interesting. This could also be like that lightning strike. That moment of brilliance. Look how bright this card is compared to the others. Don't forget the lightning, okay? Okay, the Emperor. Yeah. The block here is that you're having too many people stop the stability that you're trying to build, or your influence, your sense of what you feel will bring stability. You understand? Like you have an idea in your brain of what stability is, like we all do. One of the most common is, I need this much amount of money to be stable in my life. Although, to tell you the truth, there's a great deal of us, especially in the hemisphere where I live, that people live off credit all of their lives. And they find stability in their lives regardless of what's going on monetarily. Not everybody's got, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars just in case something does. But there's always that fear that you'll be stuck. And yes, there's people who get caught. Many, many, I'm sure. But there's also many, many who do get caught and then get themselves out of it, regardless if they have something or not, okay? So we have an image of stability, and sometimes that image is very big, you know? I need this much, I need, you know, all my little ducks in a row, I need to have everything. And then there's people who can get on with a lot less, and they still have that stability in their lives. So what is happening is let's say you say I have a solution to a problem. That's what I was talking about. And then somebody gives you problems. Yeah, but did you think of this and this and this? And then you start second guessing yourself. The worst part too, is I've had this happen to me, is that you tell people that you don't really care about their opinion. They have no influence in your life. In other words, they don't, you know, like, they're not in your bank accounts. They're not part of your life. I mean, every day living in your home. And they give you their advice, and immediately you get impacted or influenced by their advice. Oh yeah, I didn't think of that, you know? And I've always found that a little weird. It's like, why would this person is not, you know, should not have influence, but somehow, some way, they suddenly do, okay? So you stop your chariot from moving, and you're going, oh, this is going to cause an instability in my life where I want stability, okay? All this to say this. So you're thinking, oh no, oh no. There's too many factors here coming in to cause a holdup. And it's from sources that don't need to be part of this solution, okay? You don't need to make them a problem in your solution. You don't need to make them a problem in your solution. Oh my God, this one, you know, this is the biggest one that keeps coming in. Don't let them be a problem in the solutions of your life. Oh, I've let people influence me. This is all about influence. I feel that too. So let's see here. Queen of Wands. Yeah, you have to outshine them. You have to take that lightning strike and go forward. There's a lot of Queens of Insight coming in here. Queens, yeah, you had the Queen of Cups. Now you have the Queen of Wands. There's a lot of receiving. But what's happening too is you're receiving other people's advice and influence. Okay, so you have to be very careful of what you let in. I'm going to tell you, be very careful of what you let in. Son of Swords. Okay. There's a lot of quick action. Fire, very hot and like really, you know, vibrant and hot. And then you have the Son of Swords, which is the Knight of Swords, coming in really fast. Although one is feminine, one is masculine. What's happening is that you have a lot of the Queen in terms of maturity has more experience than the Knight. Okay, the Knight is younger. I always see like the child, the teenager, the mom, the dad, you know, type of thing when I see the court cards. And that always explains to me the maturity level or the experience level of the information that comes through. It doesn't mean that knights can't be just as smart, or there's certain knights that don't have great experience. I'm just talking about in general for the reading. You're a queen who is receiving. The feminine is receiving, the masculine is acting. Okay, you have that here. Well, the masculine with less experience is acting on your feminine with a lot of experience, but because you're not moving forward and you're in a process of receiving, You're receiving influence that you don't need. And I feel this is what this is saying. This, to go back to just what I was saying. Okay? He is causing problems where you already have a solution, where you're just looking at the solution. Okay? You've gotten the insight, you've gotten the fire, you've gotten the lightning strike. The Queen has received the fire from the Tower and is sitting there in the vibrancy of it, trying to figure out where to go. And then you have the Son of Swords who comes in, the Knight of Swords, who's like, let's act on this, but you better not, and this and that, and influence is coming in. And he lacks the wisdom, maybe a little bit, and the knowledge that the Queen has. But you're still letting it influence you. Because he's very much powerful. He's in the masculine, right? He's in the action part. So I hope that makes sense, okay? Because that's how that energy comes in for me, for you. You know, sometimes you have to say to people, thanks, but no thanks, okay? You kind of have to cut them off mid-flight. Like, I love the fact that it's an owl. An owl represents wisdom. And he does have wisdom, okay? He's not completely unknowledgeable, but you do have a lot of wisdom within yourself. Yeah. So here we go. We have a Mother again, we have a Knight again, and then we have the problem card, the Five of Wands. So, what you're battling this week is problems. It's challenges. Okay? Creation with challenges causing conflict. And, you know, I can almost hear you guys saying, yeah, but Jane, sometimes, you know, as somebody who creates the vision, we're not always, when you put it into action, that's when problems happen. I understand that. But what happens is that sometimes when problems occur, the creator gets subdued to the point where they don't take the, they put the beautiful moment of Eureka on the back burner. Have you ever done that? Like, Spirit is telling me, look, have you ever taken a beautiful idea, have been so excited to put it in motion, to propagate it, to push it forward, and then one little thing happens and you put it on a shelf and go, I'm going to come back to it, but then you never do. Okay? This is this kind of energy that I'm feeling. It's almost like you're going to lose the momentum that you have received, the gift of that spurring on, that lightning strike, that put the fire in you. It's almost like the fire is going to subdue and die down. If you don't feed the flame with wood, if you don't keep that fire going once it's been lit, it's going to fizzle and die. It's just a fact. That's just science, okay? So you're, for whatever reason, this lightning strike, it hit your little campfire of creativity. And it sparked it. And it sparked it in a big way. You didn't have to light it. You didn't have to put, kindling or anything. Just hit it. And woof, the fire was there. The campfire was going. For some reason, the challenges that are showing up are letting you let go of that fire, or either walking away or just letting it die. But this card is saying you got to meet up with those challenges. You got to get past him, get past those challenges, and brainstorm the problems. Whether it is to say, look, I don't need your problems to my solution, or I will figure it out. The World card coming in is just telling me that, yeah, you have to bring this to conclusion. You can't just let somebody come in and dampen the fire, okay? You want it to culminate to something. That's what the World card is. It's the last card of the Major Arcana. It's saying that this is a journey you need to take, okay? It's important. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your ideas. Now, you'll say, Jane, sometimes you have to. You hit, yes, 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 yes. I'm aware. I am aware. I live in this world just like you do. You know, it's not all rainbows and butterflies. Sometimes you have real stuff coming in. But you know what? Don't give up on him before it's time to. That's the other problem. Like I said, you have a solution. You have an idea, a fait accompli in French. It's almost like it's a gifted in a box. This is what you're going to get. You just simply need to start taking action towards it. It's like somebody actually showed you, this is going to work. This is going to be a goal. This is a fantastic idea. You got inspired in a big way with the tower. Poof! Big tower drop. Big lightning bolt of inspiration. Eureka! But now it's being picked at or nipped at by either you telling too many people, and they're taking away the excitement of it because it's not their lightning bolt, it's yours. You have to find a way around this. You have to get this to this. Okay? You have to get rid of these. I'm going to put them behind here. You have to make it get to here. Okay? And I'm not saying to be delusional, you know, not to face real problems head on. I'm just saying don't let it deter you from getting to where you need to go. Work it. Work the problem. Work the problem. We're all going to hit delays. But keep it on the forefront. Keep it on the burner. Keep it on the fire. Keep throwing a lug on it. A lug. A log on your campfire. Okay? Keep it going. All right. Let's go here. Let's go. What else does Spirit have to say here? These are very inspirational, Pisces. Yeah, I knew this was going to come. I knew this was going to come out. I've been waiting for that moon. The illusion, the confusion. Yeah, no. Don't play with the moon. Don't play with the moon. Okay? We started out with the moon. Moon is intuition. We started out with the intuition card. Let this be intuition, not illusion and confusion. Okay? And the illusion and confusion in here is the fact that, like I said, creating problems in the solution. Yep. Look at that murkiness. Look at that Ten of Wands. Look at it. This is the sticks you're putting in the way. Okay? You're feeling burdened by this. You know, I wish I could get in there and have a chat with you guys individually and talk to you whatever this is and go, look, get out of your head. Get out of other people's heads. Okay? Yes, you may have what you feel sometimes you got a gift. And then you have people telling you that you're chasing a unicorn. Okay? Sometimes that's the thing. Oh yeah, it's a great idea in theory. But in practicality, there's that queen, that king, that knight, sorry. The Knight of Swords, the Knight of, not the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Wands. There he is, right? But in practicality, you're going to have all these challenges. Right. And I'm going to tell you something right now that you're going to say, well, Jane, yes, but, you know, it's easier said than done. Is it? Is it? Do you ever think that those big rooms... I went to the Diefen bunker. Story time. I went to the Diefen bunker that we have around here. They told me at one point that I was in a room that was once filled with computers. And this room was huge. The computers were up to the ceiling, everywhere in the room. And they said it was not even 1 gig. He goes, your phone holds more memory than that. Now, if I'd gone to the Diefenbunker in the 19 whatevers, was it 50s? I don't know. I can't remember now. Way back when. And I had told him, one day I'm going to create, or somebody will create, let's say, our generation will create this little handy-dandy little square that's going to have 10,000 times more memory than all the computers in this room. What do you think would have happened? Right. Let's say 1950s, okay? I would have said that. That's 7 years ago. In 7 years, we're going to have something that has more memory than probably can hold this building, all these little, whirring computers that are, so humongous. They would have laughed. Would they have said that it's possible? No, they would have told me, that's right, unicorn, you keep dreaming, right? Okay, so we've put it in context right now, haven't we, right? Just because simply the lightning strike that you've received that contains that goal or that idea that you want to create feels a little bit unicorny to some people, doesn't mean that it is. Okay? Doesn't mean that you are having illusions or confusions. But ultimately, looking at these cards, I feel that's what you're seeing. Because they're dragging you into their reality of right now. Right now, that doesn't exist. Well, in the 1950s, right now, it didn't exist that we had little hand computers where we could talk to somebody in Australia in a matter of a second. No, that didn't exist. None of it did. But it didn't mean that it wouldn't. It just mean that it wasn't right now. Right? Right. So, is anything possible? Well, maybe not. But is a lot possible or becoming possible in the future? Absolutely. Every day people are coming up with things to develop, to create. Who knows what's going to happen in the next 10 years? It's a wonder to behold sometimes. Okay? And as Pisces, we have that dreamer quality where we've been told that we are unrealistic. Really? Have you seen the world lately? Have you seen what's being created? I've heard so many times in my 50 years that's never going to happen. And guess what? Many of those things are happening, have happened. So please, stop leading yourself to confusion, okay? All right. I know, I went a little, but I just don't want you to give up on things. Because somebody sitting next to you, an acquaintance even, a coworker even, said to you, well, that's not realistic. And suddenly you're going, maybe it isn't realistic. Maybe I'm pipe dreaming. Maybe this beautiful eureka lightning strike with a key of wisdom and to start doing the work towards this thing is all a pipe dream. Maybe that one individual sitting there with their idea of reality should change the whole view of my life. No. No. Okay? Okay. So, we started with the Seven of Pentacles. And guess what? Actually, that's the Six of Pentacles. It did make me feel like the Seven of Pentacles, but we're going to talk about it. We did start with the Seven of Pentacles on Sunday. Okay. This is a card of control, and this is a card of balance. For me, it's a give and take. Okay? Too much control over the situation with the reality that is of today will keep you exactly where you are. Again, it's linked to the Emperor, sitting there trying to hold on to stability, or the idea of stability right now. Right now, we don't have hovering cards. Hovering cars. Sorry. I still have my cold. So, hovering cars, not cards. Do we have hovering cards? No. Does it mean that tomorrow we won't? Tomorrow we might. Tomorrow we might. Somebody may come up with that technology. A technology that people will say was impossible. And then we'll have hovering cars. The idea here is not to be held down and not hovering by certain things that maybe not available or technically possible today, but instead to have that give and take, okay, that back and forth until things balance out, okay? The 6 here is telling me, look, everything in balance, especially personal balance, your personal balance, okay? I want you to take a lot, give a little. Give a lot and take a little. It's probably give a lot and take a little, or receive a lot of information and take a little bit of advice, okay? Enough to keep you soaring, enough to keep that fire going. Not enough to snuff it out, okay? I want you to keep being inspired. It is basically what's coming in here. Keep being inspired by your goals, your dreams, your aspirations. Don't give up on anything that you're trying to create here. We have a very short amount of time. Okay? We have a very short amount of time here. Even if you live to 150 years, that's not a lot of time. You want to create the life in which you want to live. When lightning strikes and the eureka moments and the ideas strike, don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on those beautiful gifts from the heavens that come in to inspire you. Work on them. Make them. Try it. Even if you try it and it doesn't work, you have tried it. Sometimes people try things over and over again. Sometimes they have to wait 10 years to see something finally come in because the technology is not there, or they had to just wait for life to catch up. Don't give up on your beautiful aspirations, your beautiful gifts of lightning strikes that come in. Keep believing that anything is possible. Keep believing that your dreams matter. Keep believing that you can create stability and wonderfulness anywhere that you are. Okay? I'm going to let you go with this. This is long enough, and wow, I must be feeling better. Didn't have to stop this video once for coughing. I'm so grateful. Very grateful. All right, so I'm going to be back on Thursday. We're going to do the oracle message. Please make sure not to miss it, because then it's basically, these are all spirit, but I just feel like call in bigger energies for that one. There's a bigger overall message for you Pisces and those. So take care of yourself. I will see you on Thursday. Check out my other channels. I'm sending you love, light, and blessings. Bye for now.